Shalom. Call Haluyam La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash, Bakta Yahweh, Bakta Yahweh Shai, Bakta Rakha Kodash, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Shalom and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders in the Akim and the Akwat of the hopeful elect. Shalom. Just want to go into a quick video entitled Judgment on the Mind Daily. Had a dream last night. As I said that in my dream, I was leaving out of a store, looked in the sky, seeing in the clouds, and was thinking about one day we will see a mushroom cloud in the sky, meaning what? The missiles about to hit, or they just hit. Lord willing, we get beamed up right before those missiles hit and before that fire sweep over the land, right? Because it's the very, very end of the heathen rulership upon the earth. So we'll go ahead and start here in Psalms chapter 7 and verse 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So the righteous, the only people that's seeking after righteousness are the elect of Israel. And so they're going through their hell and they're getting judged and going through their chastening right now, right? As we're continuously rehearsing the righteous acts and having the faith in the Most High and Yahweh Shai. The Most High Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, right? Because the Most High, a good father, chasteneth his son, and the Most High will only receive as sons this go around the elect. The elect are the only ones, so the Most High is only looking it's only purging through the fire and tribulation the hopeful elect. And then the wicked, the Most High is angry with them. It didn't say the Most High judged the wicked every day. The Most High judging the righteous right now because it's for our correction, it's for our increase at our last end. And then we see the end. He's not chastening the wicked every day. He's just angry right now. Because they're building up their rap sheet, beginning with the Edomites, the so-called white race, and then their end is going to be judgment and destruction. So it's judgment every day. Judgment on the mind daily, right? Because we go through our chastenings and then we think about the judgment that's coming. Because it's not judgment. It's a lighter form of judgment, the chastenings, but the intense judgment is going to come when his anger comes truly fully out, in the last day, and we don't want no part of that. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and that's why he's angry with the wicked every day. Because right now, the people that rule the earth, the so-called white race, they are the wicked. Because everything they push is what? After Satan. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. And who's the judge? Who's the almighty judge? The Most High Power, Yahweh. So it's the Most High Power. And he's angry with them every day because Esau, he's covered the faces by so-called whitewashing all the images, made the Most High image to be that of an Edomite devil, and the Messiah to have long stringy hair and blonde hair and blue eyes, and have an effeminate, soft aura and presence about him, right? And also blaspheme the angels by making them little babies. When we read, I believe in Ezekiel 1 or chapter 5, the description, they're very terrifying, because when you read the accounts when an angel appeared unto one of the, throughout the Bible, an angel, when it appears unto a man, they get frightened, right? You're not gonna get terrified and frightened at seeing a little so-called white baby. It's blasphemy. And then also covered the whitewash the Israelites. So that's how he covered the faces of the judges thereof. Because 1 Corinthians 2:15, I believe, says, he that is spiritual judgeth all things. So that lets you know. So people quote Tupac when they say only God can judge me. They don't quote the scriptures. Because men can judge according to the scriptures, say judge righteous judgment according to the law. So if someone's smoking or destroying their body, right, or being or committing adultery, and they're not doing it, then you're supposed to admonish, warn that brother before he be destroyed. that man or woman. And it says, if not, where and who is he? So if the white man isn't the culprit and the wicked of the earth that's doing this and ruling the earth, then who is ruling the earth today, and who is covering the who is blaspheming the images and whitewashing, or changing the complexion, changing the nationality of the Most High and the Messiah, the angels and the Israelites? They have a hell of a judgment coming. So you don't want no part of that. Don't partake and believe and follow the doctrines and philosophies of the serpent, the so-called white race, the Edomites. Psalms chapter 24 and verse 1, a psalm of David. The earth is the Lord Yahweh's, and the fullness thereof. Our people and all the heathen thought that the earth is the so-called white man's. The Most High is just allowing for a season the Edomites to rule, because it's just all a part of the prophetic scriptures and of the statue and Daniel and the statue and the four beasts prophecies. Romans 13 and 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be, meaning the so-called white race that's ruling the earth right now, the powers that be are ordained of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai. So Esau is ruling because the Most High divinely directs the course of history and the present and future, and he's merely allowing Esau. That's how the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, because he's allowing them. They're not doing it from their own strength. The Most High allowed them. He strengthened their hand to do so, to be able to do so. Psalms 24 and verse 1 again, well, right here in the middle, and the fullness thereof. And that fullness is going into, everything. Well, I'm thinking about Esau. This is the Most High. The earth is the Most High's. Everything that you see, the increase, the fruit of the ground, meaning the fruits and vegetables, and also the animals, and the oil and the earth, everything throughout. Everything is the Most High's. Everything we see, and they that dwell therein. And who was that they? Mankind, and chiefly the Israelites, is the Most High's chosen nation of all those people. Verse 2, for he hath founded it upon the seas. And that's a very incredible thought, because the earth we're on, it's came forth from the water, and we're on top of the water through the foundation. The earth has a foundation all the way down. But reading on, and established it upon the floods of the oceans. Verse 3, who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, or who shall stand in his holy place? These are the Israelites, and chiefly the elect, under our head Yahushai, the Messiah, first and foremost, under the Most High power Yahweh. Verse 4, he that hath clean hands and a pure heart. So the only people that can ascend into the hill, and that's going into Mount Zion, the Israelites, but the holy, the top elect of the nation of Israel, that's the 1/3 under Yahushua. Or who shall stand in his holy place, going to the holy of holies, the temple. The elect 1/3, that we're the temple. Well, I say we. I hope I'm a part of the elect, but we're the temple, the hopeful elect of the house of David, the 1/3 body of Yahushua. Only they can stand in the end when righteous judgment go forth from those missiles. And then he that hath clean hands and a pure heart. Who's the only people that's striving for that? The elect. When you believe upon the Most High and Yahushua, the Messiah, his blood washes over us and cleanses us, and we have those clean hands again, and then a pure heart, because we're meditating upon where our conversation is in heaven, and our thoughts, we're meditating upon the laws and commandments of the Most High and statutes every day, all day, right? Who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity, and that vanity goes into Babylon the Great in America, and all the evil, wicked vanities of this place, the carnality, the fleshly things. He that soweth to the flesh shall reap death, right? And corruption. He that soweth to the spirit, which is the laws, in the name of Yahushua, shall reap life everlasting. who hath not lifted up his soul into vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. We know Esau, he swears deceitfully all the time. Has one hand behind his back, fingers crossed, toes crossed, falsely swearing. He's just a deceiver that the Bible speaks of. Devil means deceiver, slanderer, false accuser, and that's who he is. Okay, and we'll go to Revelation 7. So, as the Most High was saying, who shall ascend into the hill of the Most High and stand in that day? So it's only the elect. Revelation 7 and 4. And beginning with the 144,000 right here, as it's highlighted right there. They know this, the plain things that you can read, Esau can see, but the Spirit revealed the mysteries and the deep things and the dark sayings and the parables that the heathen that try to look at it and try to decipher it, they can't understand it because it's not given to them. Yet the only way you can understand the deepest understanding is through the Holy Spirit in the name of Yahushua. Verse 4, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. And then verses 5 through 8 goes into 12,000 from every tribe. 12 times 12 is what? 144. But 12,000 times 12,000. No, 12,000 times 12, that's 144,000. So, and then verse 9, a multitude from the tribulation. And so another word for tribulation is trouble. So Jacob's trouble. So who gets saved out of Jacob's trouble will be the elect, beginning with the 144,000, the governing body of the 1/3, and the rest and the multitude of the 1/3. Verse 9, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. White representing purity, because they were having the pure minds and the clean hands. The heathen do not. And the reason why it says all nations is because why? One of the curses, we got scattered amongst all four corners of the earth, and we got uprooted out of our holy land. The heathen, what heathen nation right now is seeking after the Most High, having a clean heart, a clean and pure mind and hands. Not one heathen, but the scattered elect, the scattered Israelites throughout the four corners. That's what this is going into. So we'll go to Judges, chapter 6, and verse 12. And the angel of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, appeared unto him and said unto him, the Lord Yahweh is with thee, thou mighty man of valor. So this is talking about the story of Gideon. And the Israelites were oppressed, and Gideon was a righteous man that was striving for righteousness, and he can be a representation of the elect and Babylon the Great, because you can apply this same story, because that's what we're going through right now. And men, the elect, we can be the hopeful elect. It can be referenced as mighty men of valor, because it's a spiritual warfare that we're in right now, not physical. Verse 13, and Gideon said unto him, O my Lord Yahweh, if the Lord Yahweh be with us, why then is all this befallen us? And that can be the elect saying that, or the hopeful elect. The Most High is with us, and then how come we being destroyed? But we understand why, because we sinned against the Most High. So even though we're catching our hell right now, being chastened and corrected, but it's because it's for our increase at our last end, and the Most High is with us through it all. And rejoice when men begin to revile you, and when you go through these chastenings, because that means the Most High, it's a good chance that the Most High is dealing with you, and that He's going to, that you may be a part of the elect, and that's a, blessed thing to experience and understand. So, and where be all His miracles, which our fathers told us of, See, because the Most High, when we sin, the Most High turn His face from us, and allow us to get judged by the heathen when we go off. And so that was the same thing that happened. The miracles, the Most High stopped doing those miracles and performing them because, He was allowing us to be chastened and punished for our wickedness. Says, saying, did not the Lord Yahweh bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord Yahweh hath forsaken us and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. And that was a heathen, I believe it was Hamites, your so-called Africans. I didn't go into those. Let me just check real quick. Midian or Midianite equals strife, son of Abraham by Keturah. The Midianites or Arabians. Oh, okay, this is those Arabians, the Arabs, Ishmael. So yeah, those Arabs. Okay, dope. So reading on first. Let's see. That'll be it for that. So that's the same story right now that we're in right now, being oppressed by heathen. Chiefly now, Esau, with the rest of the heathen eating off of our wounds, the dogs licking our sores. Verse 23, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, peace be unto thee, fear not, thou shalt not die. So we going through all of this hell, but we don't need to fear, because the Most High gave us not the spirit of fear, but of power, So just have faith and comfort in everything of the chastenings, and that means that's a good sign that you could be possibly a part of the elect, and we won't die. We're going to be preserved through it all, through the Jacob's trouble, and all of the things that are about to befall the earth, the worst times in the history of mankind. And then right after that, this is that's leading up to this right here, the sixth seal. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. Why would there be an earthquake? What's causing the earth to quake and shake? Thermonuclear missiles falling from the heavens, shot from Russia and all of his allies over here to America. There was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. Verse 13, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, stars representing the rulers of the earth. Because right now they're looked at as the special, and their shine is starting to dim, because everyone's starting to catch on that the so-called white rulers, the Edomites, are wicked. And everyone looked up to them and was always voting and looked at them as something special, right? They're the stars of and their heaven, because this is their rulership and this is their heaven, and all the heathen. And so they're going to abruptly fall when the Messiah returns like a thief in the night. And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, because the missiles and the Messiah returning goes hand in hand. Because the Messiah Yahushua, he has to save and beam up the elect from from that destruction that's about to hit, from that those missiles that's going to cause that great earthquake. And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, because also Isaiah 47:1, sit down in the ground, O virgin daughter of Babylon, there is no throne. And that's how they're going to fall from the earth, from the heaven to the earth, because they in a high place right now, right? And they also have those doomsday bunkers. And the sun, verse 13, and the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. Because they're fully ripe for destruction right now, and then they're going to abruptly be brought down, and that mighty wind goes into that thermonuclear fire. It's going to sweep, because that mushroom cloud shoots up, missiles hit down the earth, cause that great earthquake as that mushroom cloud is shooting up, and then you know what's coming, a massive wave of heat, that mighty wind of heat sweeping over the land. It's terrifying thoughts, but hey, you just have to have faith and hope the Most High is with you and will deliver you. You have to be, every man shall be delivered by his faith and his works. So faith without works is dead. Have faith in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Keep the commandments, rehearse the righteous acts to the best of your abilities. That's the playbook. Do that every day. Pray for forgiveness and repent. Also go on fastings to get the, because when you afflict your soul, you're afflicting those spiritual demons to get them up off of you. You know, they'll come back, but you know, it's a spiritual exercise to get your spirit stronger and stronger to overcome those temptations and demons in that flesh. To be able to overcome, you know, and be sowing to the spirit. That's sowing spiritual things to make your calling and election sure, to be able to you know, be blessed with that salvation. From there we'll go to Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. And what's the earth? How the earth is going to be reeling? Meaning shaking back and forth. It's the earthquake, like a drunkard. When someone's drunk and staggering all over the place, that's how the earth is literally going to be. The earth tectonic plates, especially here in Babylon the Great, where most of the missiles will hit. And shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So Babylon the Great, it will never be inhabited again, as the prophecy, I believe, in either Isaiah 13 or 19, one of those chapters here in Isaiah, where I believe it's in Isaiah, where Babylon will never be inhabited again. So we know this is a future Babylon, because as I go in, you know, we go into Babylon, ancient Babylon today is Iraq. That's the landmass right now. So we know that's being inhabited. So it rose again after the Most High destroyed the ancient Babylonians and delivered the Israelite, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin and Levi. And then this one, and this new Babylon the Great will not rise again. Psalm 91 and verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night. And that's going to Esau Edom. Because the law is like a lamp, is a light. So the law is the wickedness. When wickedness is flooded the earth, it's pure darkness that spreads out. So and then nothing but evil is proceeding forth. So the elect will not be afraid of the wickedness in this night that we're living through right now. This nightmare, basically, right? Nor for the arrow that flieth by day. So that arrow, that's the thermonuclear missiles, because two extremes is going to happen when those missiles get shot off. That's in the midst of the night. And then Yahushua is that bright morning star. So when he returns, that's the day. Because Yahushua represents that day, the kingdom of heaven for eternity, because he's going to bring that perpetual light through Yahweh's mercy and blessing, right, of salvation. And that arrow that's flying is going to be the thermonuclear missiles flying through the air to come and bring that thermonuclear fire. And Yahushua's bringing that, the missiles bringing that judgment, and then Yahushua's bringing that day and salvation, instantly being translated to the kingdom of heaven, being with the Messiah in the heavens, and to one of those chariots, aka what Esau Edom wickedly calls UFOs, and now UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon, which is Esau just being, the devil the Bible speaks of perpetually until he gets burnt up. So the elect have nothing to worry about. Psalm 24 and verse 5. He shall receive the blessing from the Most High power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and righteousness from the power, Yahweh, of his salvation. So that's who's going to be able to ascend into the hill of the Most High, and that's the elect, and avoid those thermonuclear missiles. In verse 6, this is the generation of them that seek him. Only the 1/3 hopeful elect are seeking the Most High. And this is the generation right now, since 1969 until now, when the truth came back into the earth. That was them for a while, during slavery until we awakened in 1969, around that time. That seek thy face, Yaiqua, that's how you say Jacob in the ancient Hebrew, Salah. So, First seek ye the kingdom of the Most High, and all things shall be added unto you. And that's the blueprint. That's the playbook. So with that, I hope this video was edifying. The water to the Rakhap of the video. To the next video, I say, Shalom.